Greetings, my scattered sisters and brothers in the Lord. Trust you know the Lord is with you wherever you find yourself scattered today, and that you know that his presence with you is more than enough for whatever you might face today. We are turning back to 1 Peter chapter 5. You'll recall that Peter addresses this to the elders that are among you, and he's not talking about elderly people among you. He's talking about those who are in positions of caring for others, shepherding others. And he also reminds them that he is a fellow elder, that he is like them, caring for others, and that he has borne witness to the sufferings of Christ. And he knows that he will participate in the glory of Christ when Christ is revealed. He also reminds them that the flock that they're caring for is actually God's flock. It doesn't belong to them. And so we'll go ahead and read back through it, and then there's a few more things that we want to look at today. So 1 Peter chapter 5, beginning at verse 1, verses 1 through 4. To the elders among you, I appeal as a fellow elder and a witness of Christ's sufferings who will share in the glory to be revealed. Be shepherds of God's flock that is under your care, watching over them, not because you must, but because you are willing, as God wants you to be, not pursuing dishonest gain, but eager to serve, not lording it over those entrusted to you, but being examples to the flock. And when the chief shepherd appears, you will receive the crown of glory that will never fade away. What Peter does here is he gives three examples of bad shepherding, and he admonishes his people to make sure that you don't fall into one of these traps, if you will. And so the first example of bad shepherding is shepherding, caring for someone simply because you must, that you're begrudgingly doing it, that you don't really want to do it, but you know you have to do it, and so you go ahead and do it, but your attitude is bad. And the only reason you're shepherding, the only reason you're caring for the flock is because for some reason you have to do it. It's not because you want to do it. It's not because you really care. You just have this attitude, well, I got to do it. And so don't let that be you and the flock that you care for, the people that are under your care. Don't care for them with a bad attitude just because you have to do it and you're begrudgingly doing it the whole time. Do it because you're eager to, because you want to, because you actually care, and that this is God's will for you to do it. The second bad example is that you're doing it for dishonest gain or shameful gain, as some translations put it. That, again, you're not doing it because you care, you're doing it because you're looking to get something out of it. And you might even go so far as to manipulate the situation so that you're getting something out of it. That you're caring for someone who's in need, but you're exploiting the situation for your own financial gain. And Peter's saying, no, don't go down that path. Don't do it out of this shameful greediness, but do it because you care. Do it because you're willing to serve. You're willing to do it almost for free, really. You're not looking to gain out of it. You're simply looking to serve. Again, the motivation is caring rather than gaining. You want to be a giver instead of a taker. And so bad shepherds, they're takers. Good shepherds, they're givers. Gives one more bad example, and that is using your authority as the shepherd, kind of lording it over people. And he's saying, no, you're not there to lord your authority over people. You're there to be a model for them, to be an example for them in terms of what it means to follow Christ, what it means to follow the Good Shepherd. And so don't use your position as the shepherd, your position as the elder, as the caregiver. Don't use that to somehow exalt yourself and hold people down and just kind of exhort your authority over them. No, you're there to serve. And so to model for them what it means to follow Christ. And Peter says, if you are putting these principles into practice, rather than lording it, but serving, rather than being a taker, but giving, rather than simply doing it because you have to with a grudgingly attitude, that you're doing it because you care and you want to. Then when the chief shepherd appears, Jesus, then we'll receive a crown of unfading glory that will be honored for our shepherding work. So wherever you find yourself scattered today, I'm sure that you have somebody that's kind of under your care, somebody that the Lord has entrusted to you to shepherd. Make sure that you shepherd with a right attitude. Don't fall into one of those traps of, doing it simply because you have to do it, got that bad attitude, or looking to get something out of it when you should be giving, or lording it over someone when you should be serving and modeling what it means to follow Jesus. I know it can be challenging, but by His grace, we're able to shepherd His flock. And so may God be with you in your shepherding work today. God bless. Have a great day.